You think it starts with danger, a dark alley, a coded message, a stranger watching you from across a train station. But no, it starts in a quiet apartment on a normal Tuesday night with cold coffee beside your laptop and 30 rejected job applications sitting in your inbox. You are not a spy, not yet. You are just another graduate with an international relations degree, a language minor you were told would open doors and rent due at the end of the month. Consulting firms ignored you. Think tanks ghosted you. Government agencies sent polite rejection emails that somehow felt worse than silence. Then you see it. Operations officer. The listing does not explain much. It almost explains nothing. Collect foreign intelligence. Support national security. Serve in places that matter. No clear salary. No clear office. No promise of what your life will become. Just one button waiting on the screen. Apply. You click it because you are tired of feeling ordinary. You click it because some part of you wants your life to mean something. You click it because you think you are choosing a career. You do not understand yet that this is the first door in a hallway with no windows. Behind it are fake names, locked rooms, polygraphs, foreign cities, people who will trust you, people you will betray, missions that never happened, medals you can never show, and memories no one will ever be allowed to hear. Tonight you are only filling out a form, but years from now, when you are sitting alone in a house in Virginia, checking the locks for the third time before bed, you will remember this moment. The blue light of the screen, the silence of the room, the tiny movement of your finger. One click. That is all it takes for your old life to begin disappearing. Level 1, rank 1, the applicant. The application feels normal at first until it starts asking for your entire life. Every address since you were 18, every country you have visited, every foreign contact, every debt, mistake, arrest, drug, secret and uncomfortable detail you thought nobody would ever need to know. You spend 3 hours filling it out, then hit submit. Nothing dramatic happens. Just a confirmation screen and your tired reflection in the laptop. 4 months pass. You take a consulting job because rent is due and the CIA application becomes something you almost forget. Then your phone rings from a blocked number. A calm woman asks if you are still interested in the position. She never says CIA. She only asks if you can come to Northern Virginia. You tell no one. The building looks like a normal office park with no sign and no logo. A man in a blue blazer takes you into a windowless room and questions you for hours. Where did you grow up? What languages do you speak? What motivates you? When have you convinced someone to do something they did not want to do? You think he is interviewing you, but he is really studying your pauses, your confidence, your fear, and how comfortable you are inside uncertainty. Then comes the polygraph. Wires on your chest, sensors on your fingers, questions sharp enough to make your mouth go dry. Have you committed a crime? Have you leaked secrets? Have you had contact with foreign intelligence? You answer honestly, but your body acts guilty anyway. 6 weeks later, the block number calls again. You have been accepted into the clandestine service trainee program. Tell your family you got a government job. Do not say which agency. Do not say where. Do not explain. You hang up and sit in silence. You think you just got hired. In reality, your old life has already started disappearing. Level 2, Yashaka Rank 2, the trainee. They send you to a hidden training facility in Virginia that everyone simply calls the farm. For the next 18 months, your world becomes fences, forest roads, classrooms, locked doors, and instructors who never smile for long. You wake before sunrise, run before breakfast, and spend your days learning tradecraft, the quiet language of people who survive by not being noticed. At first, it feels exciting. You learn how to spot surveillance by noticing the same car after 4 turns, the same face in 2 different places, the same person pretending not to look. You learn how to lose a tail by entering a mall, changing floors, cutting through stores, switching exits, and vanishing into traffic. You learn dead drops, coded signals, quick photography, hidden microphones, and how to make ordinary objects carry dangerous secrets. Then the lessons become less fun. You learn disguise is not a mask. It is posture, walking speed, eye contact, clothing, rhythm. Change the pattern, and most people stop seeing you. You learn recruitment, the skill that matters most. Money, ideology, coercion, ego. Every betrayal usually begins with one of those four doors. Your job is to find the door and push it open. The instructors test you in real towns across Virginia and Maryland. They follow you, trap you, pressure you, and wait for you to panic. If they catch you too many times, you are gone. Some classmates fail because they are careless. Some fail because they cannot lie naturally. Some fail because the job asks them to bend a part of themselves they were not willing to break. You survive by learning to separate your feelings from your actions. You can deceive someone at noon, write a report at 3, and eat dinner like nothing happened. That is when the instructors begin treating you differently. Not warmly, just seriously. When graduation comes, they give you a badge, a cover identity, and your first overseas assignment. You are no longer an applicant. You are no longer just a trainee. You are a case officer now. And the most dangerous thing you learned at the farm is not how to disappear. It is how easy disappearing becomes. Level 3, Rank 3, the case officer. Your first posting is inside a U.S. embassy in the Middle East. On paper, you are a political officer with a desk, a title, and a polite smile for every reception. In reality, the title means almost nothing. Your real work begins after office hours, in hotel lobbies, embassy dinners, charity events, and quiet corners where powerful people forget they are being studied. You watch everyone. The colonel who drinks too much, the ministry official who complains about money, the businessman with friends in places he should not visit, the secretary who handles files no one else notices. Access is what matters. Anyone close to secrets can become useful. Your first real target is a mid-level interior ministry official. He is careful, tired, underpaid, and desperate. His daughter needs surgery that costs more than he makes in a year. You do not approach him like an enemy. You become a friend. Coffee first, then lunch, then dinner. You listen more than you speak. You remember his child's name. You offer help with the medical bills and tell him there are no strings. But there are always strings. Months later, you ask for something small. A report, nothing dramatic, just local security information. He hesitates, and for 1 second you see the father, not the source. Then you remind him gently of what you did for his daughter. He agrees. That night, you send your first successful recruitment cable back to headquarters. Your supervisors are pleased. You have proven you can do the job. You should feel proud, and part of you does. But another part of you understands the truth. In this world, kindness can be a weapon, friendship can be bait, and someone else's desperation can become your promotion. Level 4, Rank 4, the knock operator. After 3 years overseas, they offer you a promotion that does not feel like a promotion. Non-official cover, no embassy badge, no diplomatic immunity, no safe door to run through if things go wrong. From now on, if you are caught, your own government will deny you. Your name will not appear on any roster. Your face will not be recognized in any official room. They build you a new life, a new job, a new history, a new reason to travel, a company that looks real enough because it is real enough. You become a consultant, an investor, a person with meetings, clients, invoices, and friends who know nothing about you. Your landlord believes the lie. Your co-workers believe the lie. Even your family thinks you left government work behind. But the work becomes more dangerous. You enter countries where embassy officers cannot operate. You meet sources in hotel bars, trade shows, private dinners, and crowded streets where every camera feels like an eye. You smile, shake hands, and discuss business deals that will never close because the deal is only cover. The intelligence is the real product. Years pass like this. You speak through encrypted channels. You receive instructions without seeing the people who give them. You celebrate birthdays alone. You cannot call home from the wrong phone. You cannot relax in the wrong room. Some nights you look in the mirror and your cover name comes to mind before your real one. That is when you know you are good. And that is when you realize the lie is no longer something you wear. It is something wearing you. Level 5, Rank 5. The paramilitary officer. A close call ends your NOC life. In Southeast Asia, a local security service photographs you near an asset. You spot the surveillance and escape, but your cover is burned. You can never return to that region. So the agency gives you a new path, the Special Activities Center, where quiet manipulation turns into quiet war. Training becomes brutal. Weapons, explosives, close quarters battle, survival, combat diving, parachute jumps from impossible heights. Your instructors are former elite soldiers, and they do not care how well you recruit. They care if you can stay calm when bullets start breaking the air around you. Your first deployment is in a country where America is not officially operating. Your team is small. Your local partners may be loyal, or they may sell you by morning. You sleep in safe houses, track targets, call in strikes, and watch buildings vanish through distant optics. Sometimes the intelligence is right. Sometimes it is not. You learn not to stare too long at the smoke. For 3 years, you live between explosions, raids, and near captures. You earn a medal for a mission that never happened, in a place you were never supposed to be. Your family sees you come home thinner, quieter, and harder to surprise. They ask what happened. You say work was stressful. Level 6, rank 6, the team leader. Then they give you command. 8 operators now look to you before every move, and their lives become your responsibility. That sounds like power until you realize what it really means. Every bad call has a face. Every mistake has a family waiting somewhere for an explanation they may never be allowed to hear. Your team is sent into a country breaking apart from civil war. Factions change sides overnight. Weapons move through black markets faster than food. Your mission is to find a hidden cache before a terrorist group reaches it first. For weeks, you live at night, change safe houses every 2 days, bribe commanders, question sources, and decide which lies sound enough like truth to risk men's lives on. Finally, you find the warehouse. 3 in the morning. No lights, no speeches, just doors kicked open, weapons stacked higher than expected, and the sick understanding that one mistake could have killed hundreds of people. There is no safe way to move it, so you burn it in place. The mission works. Then the convoy gets hit on the way out. 1 operator dies, 2 are wounded. You drag a bleeding man through dust and gunfire toward the extraction point, shouting orders your own brain barely hears. The helicopter lifts off, and headquarters later calls the operation a success. You write a letter to the dead man's family. Most of it is a lie. You cannot say where he was, why he died, or what he stopped from happening. But you write it anyway, because command means carrying the truth alone. Level 7, rank 7, the station chief. After 15 years in the field, your body starts resigning before you do. Your knee locks in cold weather. Your shoulder never healed right. The ringing in your ears is permanent. Doctors say no more field work, so the agency gives you a different kind of battlefield. Chief of station. Now you are the senior CIA officer in an entire country. Every operation, every asset, every risk report crosses your desk. You meet the ambassador in the morning, local intelligence chiefs in the afternoon, and your own officers at night, each one asking for approval to do something that could become a disaster if one small detail fails. You no longer chase targets yourself. You decide who does. You approve recruitments, shut down dangerous plans, protect sources, and sometimes sacrifice good intelligence because the cost is too high. Success stays invisible. Failure becomes a headline with your name nowhere near it, even though you feel your fingerprints on every word. At home, there is almost nothing left. Your marriage ended years ago. Your children know a version of you made from excuses, travel stories, and missed birthdays. They know you served. They do not know what service turned you into. You finally have authority, but peace does not come with it. It only gives you a higher floor to fall from. Level 8, rank 8, the division chief. Then you return to Langley, the same place where you once walked in as a nervous applicant with a cheap suit and a clean conscience. Now people move out of your way in the halls. You pass the memorial wall and recognize too many stars. Some were friends. Some died during missions you approved. You now run an entire division, hundreds of officers, thousands of assets, budgets hidden behind numbers the public will never see. Intelligence from every corner of the world flows toward your desk, and your decisions move outward like shockwaves. You brief the director. Sometimes you brief the president. In sealed rooms, you discuss operations that may never be admitted, even decades later. The power is enormous, but it no longer feels exciting. It feels heavy. You approve missions in countries where America is not supposed to be. You recommend targets, weigh risks, and sign papers that turn uncertainty into action. When Congress asks questions, you answer truthfully, but never completely. Everyone in the room understands the game. They want oversight. They also want deniability. At this level, you no longer disappear into the field. You make other people disappear into it. You do not carry a weapon. You carry consequences, and the worst part is how normal it becomes. Coffee in the morning, classified briefings by noon, a decision before dinner that might change a country by sunrise. Final level, highest rank, Dunot the Ghost. After 28 years, you retire in a quiet ceremony inside a conference room at Langley. 50 people attend. The director speaks about sacrifice, duty, and freedom. They hand you a medal you cannot display for work you cannot describe. Everyone claps softly because even the applause feels classified. You move into a quiet house in Virginia with a good pension, covered health care, and too much silence. The government has taken care of your finances, but no one can take care of your memories. The assets who vanished, the missions that went wrong, the faces you saw through smoke, glass, and interrogation room light. The decisions you made at 35 still follow you at 60. You sit facing the door in restaurants. You check the locks 3 times at night. You wake at 3 a.m. and walk the edge of your property, scanning for threats that are not there anymore. Friends from before the agency feel like strangers. Friends from inside it are scattered, broken, or dead. You served your country in ways most people will never believe. You helped stop dangers that will never appear in history books. But the proof of your life is a medal in a box, scars no one understands, and maybe one day a nameless star on a marble wall. You are not famous. You are not free. You are a ghost who survived long enough to remember everything. Somewhere tonight, another young graduate is staring at the same kind of screen you once stared at. They are tired of ordinary jobs, tired of rejection emails, tired of feeling like their life was meant to be larger than a cubicle. Then they see the listing. Operations officer, serve your country, work that matters, a button that says apply. They imagine danger, travel, secret meetings, and the thrill of being important. They do not imagine the birthdays missed, the names forgotten, the lies told so often they start sounding like truth. They do not imagine the moment when promotion stops feeling like victory and starts feeling like another piece of yourself being traded away. That is the truth of every rank. The higher you climb, the more power you hold, more access, more secrets, more influence over events the world will never fully understand. But every level takes payment. First your privacy, then your honesty, then your family, then your peace. And by the time you reach the top, you finally understand the deal you made on that first night. You did not just choose a career. You chose to become someone history may depend on, but will never remember.